Hi guys, Vlad here from Hoops Junction, and today I'm really excited to talk about a book that I've read. It's a great basketball book for anybody that's up and coming. I think that when you play basketball, you should also read basketball. So read articles, read books about your favorite players, read autobiographies, and just read books about other players and their journey for basketball. So I have a great book here. It's called The Toughest Two, A Journey of a Walk-On by Johnnie Bird III. Now, I really love this book. It really hits home for me for many reasons. And this is a great read. It's not that long. It's really good, and it'll keep your attention from the moment you open it to the time you're done with it at the end. I finished this book in I finished this book in maybe 2 to 3 days, but it was just jam packed, full of exciting things that I didn't know and I didn't learn. I had to learn a few things. This book is written by author Johnnie Bird III, and pretty much is about his basketball journey, transitioning from college and walking on to play at UConn University. And anybody that knows basketball knows UConn has those ballers. Jim Calhoun. Connecticut. The state where I currently live in. They produce some great ballers. From Rip Hamilton, Ray Allen, Shabazz Napier, Kemba Walker. The list goes on and on and on. Well, this is a great book. It talks about the challenges that Johnny had to face when he was walking on onto the UConn basketball program, and just the courage that he had to write about his journey in this book was amazing. He was very frank about many of the things that you deal with. As a hoop star, like I don't care if you're in high school, I don't care if you're in college, and I don't care if you're like, I stopped playing basketball. Everything that he wrote in this book, you can actually relate to it 100%. The pitfalls of going back to the old you, or going back to the city life, or wherever you're from, or dealing with girlfriends, that getting you caught up and not dealing with practice. He even talks about his struggles with school and education, and how it was difficult for him to study in school because of the simple fact that like he was a hoop star in high school, and then when he went to college, he had to learn how to do everything on his own. And I can relate, because when I went to college, being a first generation college student, it was very, very difficult for me to transition and adapt, because I had to do everything on my own. Your parents don't help you, and they shouldn't have to. Because you're an adult at that point. And the state looks at you when you're 18 years old, you're an adult, when really you're more childlike than you think. So that was one of the things that I took away from this book. This book is a really excellent book. I could not put this down. Like I said, I think I read this in 2 to 3 days. It's a great book. You can pick this up on Amazon.com. You just type in the toughest two. And part of the reason why this story resonates for me so well, me and Johnny, we actually played basketball together in high school. Although it was short lived, for like maybe less than a year and a half, we share a similar path when it comes to basketball. So everything he's talking about, I know, and I personally know him, so I know that what he wrote in the book is 100% accurate. Some of the characters' names have been changed. He couldn't give up all the royalties or whatever. But everything he talks about is, if you have a kid, and they're struggling with basketball in school, or just you don't know if they're really focused, this is the book you get them. This is the book you get them. This is a great stocking stuffer. This is for all the kids that they think that it's just easy. They think like, okay, I'm real good in basketball, so automatically means that when I get to college, everything's gonna be taken care of, and it's not true. It's the farthest thing from the truth. Like Johnny, we call him Bird. Bird talks about, some of the ways that they treated walk-ons. These are the things I never even knew. Like, if you're in college, if you're not recruited, you could try out as a walk-on. And, some of the stuff that he was saying about how they treated walk-ons, it just really made you understand and appreciate, what goes into playing college basketball. Like a lot of times, me myself especially, I look at college basketball and I'm thinking like, these guys aren't the pros and they don't work that hard. But the stuff that Johnny tells you in this book about how hard they work, how you might have a class at 9, 10 o'clock, but you gotta redo your schedule because you have practice from 9 to 1. Then you have to go to class, but then you have another practice at 9 to 11 or stuff like that. So it's just excellent. It really helps kids that are trying to learn what they want to do in life. Especially with basketball. Like if you want to go to college, this kind of gives you an idea, like how good you need to be, how dedicated you need to be, how hard you have to work. I mean, Johnny had to work extremely hard just to get on walk-on position. And you got to remember, Johnny in our high school, he won a state championship. So he was no scrub. You know what I'm saying? So just to let you know, like going from a hoop star at your local high school, and then you go to a big program like UConn, and then you just start completely all over. So this book was just really amazing, and the way that he explained everything is 100% spot on for the basketball journey from us growing up, our early lives, and then him going to college. Those of you in college, you could definitely relate to the things he's talking about. So I definitely am advising you guys to check this book out. It's a great book, and I'm not just saying that because I know him personally. I'm just telling you this because I actually took my time out to read it, and I actually did a review on it on hoopsjunction.com, and you could search for it on hoopsjunction.com. So this is an excellent book. This is an excellent read. It's not too long. That's one of the things I love about it. It's not like a long-winded autobiographical. Like, sometimes you pick up a guy's book and it's just like, when I started at 3 years old, my dad told me I was going to be that. No, it's none of that. This is a great book. Unfortunately, if you guys would have went to the book signing, you could have got yours signed. I have my personal signed copy. I'm thinking about giving this one away to a lucky fan. Oh yeah, not to mention, signed autograph poster. So this is a great book. Johnny also runs a basketball camp, which is called, let me get this information right now. It's called Johnnie Bird's Hoop Stars Academy. Now this is a great academy judging from all the things that I've seen. He's really teaching the kids what they need to learn, especially to get into, collegiate sports and to take the game to the next level. He works with all kinds of athletes, pro athletes. He works with young athletes, men and women, boys and girls. So it's excellent. But yes, definitely pick up The Toughest Two, The Journey of a Walk-On. It will really make you understand someone's journey as to taking basketball to the next level. And it'll make you question some of the things that you're doing, Are you one of those guys, are you lackadaisical, and you feel like, I'm just so nice, like everybody in high school, we had this phrase, you stink, he's nice. You stink, he's nice, you a scrub, you a bum, we used to always talk like that. And then when you really think about it, the nicest person in your high school, he could go to college and he could be considered a bum. So it really makes you gut check yourself. Like, how good am I really? Like, how hard am I working really? There was times when in this book where Johnny, he had to wake up 3, 4 in the morning, go for a run, then go to practice, then go to class, then go back to practice. There was times when he almost didn't want to continue to play basketball, and he had to, reevaluate his mission. He had to reevaluate his goals. So it's gut check season, especially in this book, man. I mean, if you're really not taking basketball serious, or you want to take basketball seriously, read this book. Read this book. It's gonna help you. It's gonna give you the right mindset. It's gonna help you understand what you need to know, and it's gonna help you understand how hard it is just to score 2 points in college, let alone in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys talking about, I could go to the NBA and I could have been to the NBA if this didn't happen. I could have been to the NBA if this didn't happen. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to hear it. You read this book, you understand. And, a fun fact. Johnny's coach, which was also he was like overseer of my athletic program. He wasn't my personal coach, but Johnny's coach actually played in the NBA. He played in the NBA during the 70s. And I'm not going to put out his name, like I don't think that he would want me to shout him out like that. But he actually played in the NBA. He suffered a injury, a knee injury. He had to quit. He played for the Chicago Bulls, and he played for another, I think, Detroit Pistons. So, just the high school we went to, which was Central High School, Bridgeport, Connecticut, we really had them ballers there. Not only did we really have them ballers, but we had the coaches that actually been in professional sports. So they knew what it took for us to, be great and be good at basketball. So, when our coach was telling us, you're not that good, you stink, you're a bum. It wasn't necessarily that he was trying to put us down. He just knew how hard it took. And him knowing Johnny, I guess, part of the reason why he was sometimes hard on us and him, just for the simple fact that he was in the NBA. He knew how hard it was just to score 2 points in the NBA. And Johnny talks about how hard it is just to score 2 points as a walk-on. So this is a great book, great read. I definitely implore you to pick this up. You know what I'm saying? The link to all of Johnny's Hoop Stars Academy is going to be in the description. A link to where you can buy this book on Amazon is going to be in the description. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you read this book already. Let me know what you think about it after you pick it up. Vladimir from Hoops Junction. Peace.